Hello everyone, I'm Elton, and today the theme is about the Lord of the Rings masterpiece, which was written by John R. Tolkien and posteriorly directed by Peter Jackson in a cinematographic trilogy. I'm going to do a small review of these movies through some questions, and answer they below this video. So go to the first question, which asks about the concept of a catastrophe in the movies. This term was made by Tolkien in the union of the Greg prefix "eu" and the word catastrophe, generally used in the literary criticism, making part of a classic result or a terror ending. The author described it like an opposite of catastrophe, happening a total disaster but resulting in a weird thing, and that is visible in the second movie, The Two Towers, when Sam saves his friend, avoiding him from being catched by one of the Nazgûl in the attempt to use the ring. There is also in the third movie, The Return of the King. His mounted Bible nephew is corrupted by the ring and claim it for him, until Gollum steals it, an act of betrayal and selfishness, falling off in a lava and destroying all the cruelty deposited by Sauron in their artifact. In this future film, another catastrophe can be seen, in the moment after the ring ends, when the volcano erupts, surrounding the two hobbits, which look like they can't escape, surrounded with magma, but Gandalf saved them with his eagles. This question. The civilizational character of Christianity has built the worldly Western culture, preserving the legacy of Greek and Roman empires. Point elements present in The Lord of the Rings converge to the father Paulo Ricardo lecture regarding that fact. In the priest Paulo Ricardo lecture, Christian values are being highlighted in three characters, Frodo, Gandalf, and Aragorn, which represent the image of Jesus Christ because they do the job of clergyman, prophet, and king. It is a thing, but it didn't is Tolkien intention. Even that is possible to do the comparison as and fail religious mentality. And the first one can be configured as the clergyman, who almost died in events when he offers to defeat the evil. Like when he is struck by the sword of one the Nazgûl in Amos. Also when he is poisoned and paralyzed by a spider on the way to the Hill of Doom, and by being knocked down and weakened by light of the Sauron flaming eye when he locates the ring. The second is the symbol of prophet, who leads the people in the fight against evil, his advice and all his wisdom, but he dies after facing Balrog, the demon of the ancient world, in the mines of Mordor, and later resurrects as Gandalf the White, with new power, a revitalized spirit, and white clothes, which in my view symbolizes the light, hope, and the peace that will soon reign the over Middle-earth, in order to continue his journey in helping the hobbits in his purpose. Finally, Aragorn portrays the king, recognized and rejected, who after being presumed dead, a consequence of falling off a cliff in a confrontation with orcs, returns in the third film to claim the throne left by Isildur and rally the peoples of Gondor. The priest also states that the main character in the saga, implicitly portrayed by Tolkien, is God, since the ring awakens the wearer's ability to put himself in God's place. Two ways of acting were perceived, one in which the vision of truth with reality promotes the change of the soul, an action that can be analyzed in the elves, who when singing are transformed and transform those who listen to their songs, and the other in which reality must be manipulated by force, a vision described by Sauron, Saruman, and the army of orcs, who seek to recover the ring and dominate everything and everyone. Lastly, I will report my experience with the films, punctuating elements that I found interesting and important. Although I'm not a fan of science fiction, I really liked the track. It was noticed 10% of Tolkien with every detail, since he was even concerned with the forms of communication present, such as the language of the elves. All the production well built, All the characters play their role very well, each with its own distinctive characteristic. It's really possible to relate the story of good versus evil to the Christian religion, highlighting the scenario and the main characters, commenting on the previous question. Since the author was very connected to the Catholicism, was educated by a priest, had a son who was converted as a priest, and his mother was strict with Christian values. It is also demonstrated the ignorance and narcissism on the part of the Easters, inventing something that brings good to themselves. As an example, we mention Boromir, Frodo's act, and many more. Within the Entry saga, the last film called my attention, as it involved the final battle against Sauron, the return of Aragorn and the PC, previously mentioned by forgetting the ring. The most impressive part of which, for me, was the attack from the armies of the dead to the orcs. I just didn't like the fact of having to watch almost 10 straight hours of content. I found it very tiring. But I thought me in order to create a good fictional story based on events witnessed by humanity, an imagination within the tales is necessary in order to focus the reader's attention. And I think that's it. I couldn't identify anything more than what I say. So thanks for everyone attention and see you next time.